Here I've got a mobile phone acting as the infotainment system in an electric CITIGOe, and if I fire up the Move and Fun app, we can see that there's an option for setting the maximum charging current in that app. Now it's possible to set something below maximum here and yet have maximum in the MySkoda app, and obviously if you've got two different apps trying to change the same function at the same time, then you're going to get confusing results. Anyway, back to the MySkoda app. So this is the MySkoda app, and it shows the battery is at 69% and that no plans have been set. So if we just have a look at the maximum grid load, we'll see that that is set to maximum. And if we now have a look at Move and Fun and go into the e-manager from the settings menu, have a look at charging immediately, then the maximum charge current is also set to maximum. So both apps have it set to maximum. So let's see what happens when we plug it in. So initially you can see 4 hours and 45 minutes, which looks as if it's going to slow charge. But after a while, something rather unusual happens in that it drops to 150. So it looks like it started charging at the lower rate and then somehow the second 3.6 unit kicked in, and we're now down to 1 hour 50 minutes, which is about right. So let's just have a look at the display. This is from my smart meter. It's probably a little bit just under 7 because we've obviously got a bit of background, but it's a lot more than 3.6 anyway. Okay, so now I've reduced the maximum charging current to 5 amps on Move and Fun. So let's just see what's happened in the MySkoda app. So the MySkoda app is still showing it at maximum grid load. So if Move and Fun had inadvertently gone down to 5 amps, which it sometimes does, but you're only using the MySkoda app, you might think all was well and it should charge at the maximum rate. But okay, let's just see what happens now when we plug it in. So now it says 9 hours and 55 minutes. And if we have a look at the in-house display, oh, it's gone up to 10 hours and 10 minutes. And we can see it's not even at 3.6. So it would appear that in this case it's important to have the Move and Fun set to the maximum rate as well as the MySkoda app. And I'm very grateful to Jez on the forum who's pointed this out to us. Right, so there's two previous conditions with the maximum grid load set to maximum. Now let's set it to reduced and see what happens. So MySkoda is saying reduced grid load. Move and Fun is saying 5 amps. So let's plug it in and see what happens. And 9 hours 55. So perhaps not surprisingly, with both of them set to reduced, it's going to charge only slowly. And let's just have a look. Again, well below even 3.6. Right, so just for completeness, the final combination is reduced grid load on my Skoda, but maximum set on Move&Fun. So again, let's just see what happens when we plug it in. .440, so that looks to be about 3.6, I would say. Oh, and now it's dropped down to 150. So it would appear that the Move&Fun would appear to dominate, because that's set to maximum, despite the fact that this one is saying reduced, and it's charging at the higher rate. And just go back to the in-house display, and there we are. Again, probably a bit under 7 because of the background, but at the high rate. So it would appear that the Move&Fun app is the one that dominates, and it's important to set that one to maximum, and it doesn't seem to matter quite so much what you do on MySkoda. All very puzzling. So here's an interesting little feature in Move&Fun. If you go to Settings and then eManager, if you find that when you go on charging immediately, it's set to a low figure, in this case 5 amps, you might think if you set it to maximum, then it's at maximum. But if you go back in to charge immediately again, oh look, it's only managed 10 amps. So you set it to maximum again, and surely that must have fixed it. So we go in again, oh no, it's 13 amps, so do it again, and then finally it does say maximum. So you have to do it at least 3 times to get the maximum, and that fooled me for a bit.